Hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, it's getting down to the final days as we approach Christmas. Everything's so busy and people coming and going and whatnot. But now at this moment, I have a double cocoa and I have you. What else could I need? All right, so I am here 365 days of the year. I take your 12 political questions at 12 noon every day. Just put them in the chat in all caps. I do have 13 questions for today, but I'm here. I'll be here tomorrow if you've got questions, any more questions. Especially it's first come first serve, and especially if you put them in just before I go live at 12 o'clock noon Central Time in the U.S., Chicago time. Hello from Chicago. So I'm just stirring my tea. I decided to be a little decadent this morning. I've got a double cocoa, and I just put a little square of mint chocolate, vegan mint chocolate in the bottom. So hopefully that's melting. So if you were here, I would absolutely make one for you too, or whatever you'd like. So anyway, all right, 10% of my income from everything black and orange goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. And that's an ongoing thing. And we have epic troll slayers, to whom I am forever grateful. So thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all your support. And it's just you've been so good to me, and I am so grateful. All right, so we have a tangle. We have a tangle of January 6th stuff, but there's starting to be some areas where it's clearing out. Things are becoming clear. So, all right, get out my cards. Let's see here. Russell reads around 12. Yeah, I know. I do apologize for being late today. So I'll be okay. I won't go into it. I just got a bit of bad news today. So it's not that bad, but it's disappointing. And so if I seem a little off, that's why. But it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Seriously, it's going to be okay. Jean Dorsey says, part of the family by now, kiddo. Good, thank you. Pegasus says, tangled web woven. That is true. Faye loves the border. GM Dave saying they can't run and they can't hide. Yeah. Shane the Seeker says, you're human, it's okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Thank you, Jane. That's Boo Boo's and Kitty. I would know that sad little squeak. Oh, my goodness. We're starting with the story. Then I'm going to answer your questions, I promise. Hello, kitten. All right, this is what happened. At 4 minutes in, it's story time. Let me narrate the conversation that went on this morning. Come here. Oh, come here, you big nut. Oh, there you go. Let me narrate for you the conversation that went on this morning between my two cats. All right, so this is what happened. Somebody needed his claws trimmed. I do it regularly, no big deal. And it's not usually a problem. Every once in a while he gets kind of gets all up in his own head and he doesn't want it done. Hello, good boy. So anyway, we're on the floor right here. I'm sitting on the floor. He's there. I'm starting to trim his claws. Well, he decides he's not into it today. Oh, nay. And So he starts fighting me. But not just fighting me. Because he isn't like fighting. Oh, you got a hairband. It's the most exciting thing ever. There you go. He decides this is, think amateur production of Wuthering Heights levels of it's the worst day ever. It's like, I'm just trimming your claws, sweetie. It's okay. Well, finally he just starts acting up and finally and then I had to trim his back claws today too, which I don't do as often. So at that point, Heathcliff, Kathy, it's this kind of thing going on. So at that point, he's laying on his side on the ground, and I'm just like, all right. So I put my leg over him, not like pressing down, just on top of him, just resting there, just holding him in place as I'm just trimming his back paws, his nails. So Bailey still, it's Mia, Kathia come home, and God bless Kate Bush. But anyway, so he is just still doing the amateur production, and here comes Pumpkin, Alfie. And Alfie, because normally if one of them is really, really upset or sound like they're really in distress, the other one will actually go make sure they're okay. We'll actually, stand up for them if necessary. And they're not blood siblings, but boy, are they siblings. So he doesn't want me telling the story, maybe. So I'm sitting there, leg on Bailey, on Boo Boo, trimming his back claws. Alfie walks up. He walks in. Like, what's going on? And then he sees me, and he sees what I'm doing, and I'm just talking very gently to Boo Boo, just trimming his nails. And Alfie just goes. So he walks in. So, all right, at this point, Boo Boo has worked himself up into a state. And he didn't fully spray, but I think he leaked a little bit. He is fixed, but cats can still spray. I don't know if it's just male cats. I've never had a female cat, strangely, just by coincidence, but just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Didn't make no mess, no big deal. Well, anyway, so then I'm done, and I'm like, you're okay, I'm done. You're okay. I'll get you a treat. I'll get you some, half and half. I'll get you whatever. And he's embarrassed, and you can tell he's embarrassed. Yes, I know. You don't want me telling the story, but it's my story to tell too. Ty. So he's embarrassed, and he comes and he sits on top of the desk here. Okay, calm down. No, seriously. You're tired. Calm down. Go. There. All right. He's sitting on the desk. Alfie comes in. Walks over to where Boo Boo had been on the carpet or on the rug. He basically never does this. Bailey's here. Alfie climbs up toward Bailey, toward Boo Boo, who is embarrassed. And Boo Boo's just like, and Alfie's just like, and I swear to you, you could hear it. It was Alfie. It was like, oh, I'm not going away. The most interesting thing around here is your butt. Let me smell. And Bailey's like, leave me alone. leave me alone. Alfie's just like, oh, come on. Oh, come on. This is great. This has made my day. Paw. Just. And so Alfie Pumpkin, he jumps down and he's walking out, and I swear to you, it's almost like he was just like, you sprayed while getting your nails trimmed. Classic. So anyway, that's what went on this morning. Oh, now he's playing with the Sharpie. It's got the lid on it. That's fine. All right, anyway, so that's the story from this morning. Amateur production of Wuthering Heights. Nails are trimmed, and much hilarity ensued. Some embarrassment and much hilarity ensued otherwise. So I changed my clothes. We're all good. So yeah, you gotta love Alfie Pumpkin. He's Brave Sir Alfred Pumpkin. He is such a big brother. Anyway, yes, you. Oh, I better pick you up. You don't want to be picked up. I put you on your bed. You don't want to be on your bed because you're tired. Yes. Yeah. All right. 12 minutes in. We're going to look at Gohmert. Gohmert's lawsuit against Pence. No, just relax. Just relax. Just relax. All right, fine. You can go that way. That's fine. Hi. How's things? I've never let anything bad happen to you, knucklehead. No, I wouldn't. All right. You just relax there. Likelihood I can get through this reading without him acting like that is very low. All right. I'm putting you over on your bed, and you're staying there, or you're going in the other room, which I don't want to do. All right, here. Look. Oof. Okay. Maybe he'll be like a parrot. Covered him up. He'll be quiet now. All right. 13 minutes in. Gohmert was suing Pence. I don't understand the whole ins and outs because it's so ludicrous. Apparently it didn't go well. But apparently Representative Gohmert had a lawsuit against Pence. It helped fuel the stolen election rhetoric that led up to January 6th. Will he be held accountable? The details of this lawsuit against Pence, I don't have a link, but let me have a quick look here. Yeah, Politico had a great article on this. I highly recommend. I read this yesterday. Let me share here. Yeah. There we go. The January 6th puzzle piece that's going largely ignored. Representative Louis Gohmert sued then Vice President Mike Pence on December 27th. And Gohmert sued just as Trump was ratcheting up his pressure. So backed by a squad of lawyers associated with Trump ally and conspiracy theorist Sidney Powell, Gohmert argued Pence should assert unilateral control over certification, governed only by the vague wording of the 12th Amendment. Gohmert's move forced Pence to publicly resist Trump's subversion of the election, only a week before January 6th. The DOJ stepped in to defend Pence on December 29th, and it marked the first time Pence signaled he wouldn't fold to Trump's demands. So this is still under Trump's DOJ. Pence allies have long believed that Trump played a role in Gohmert's legal strategy, and they've indicated Trump was frustrated that the Justice Department intervened. But what remains unknown is just how involved Trump was in Gohmert's legal strategy. So the January 6th panel is probing the genesis of Gohmert's suit. It was quickly rejected. It's a significant detail in that it was part of a plan to isolate and coerce Pence. So, all right. Excuse me. So, is Gohmert, are there going to be any consequences? Does this point to something? Did he basically just, pick up that great big nail gun and just nail his own foot to the floor? And what is Trump's involvement? So, all right, and thank you for being here. Gohmert. Ooh, sweating. I'm trying to cover it up. Be belligerent, be obnoxious, but he's worried. Becca from House of Lenormand. Do follow House of Lenormand. She's awesome. Becca's saying Gohmert is not the sharpest tool in the shed. Yeah. Queen of Wands. It was the group of them. Did you guys hear what Colbert? First he named, Colbert came up with a name for the 6 male seditionists in Congress, the main 6. One, I found it interesting that none of the women were included. So it's like, oh, you want to be in a patriarchal society? All right, then let's stop. Then you won't get to use women as a front like you've been doing, and we'll just hold you accountable. But anyway, Colbert named off the 6: Gohmert, Gosar, Jordan, Gates, what have you, and called them Steal, S-T-E-A-L. CBS didn't censor what he said, so I think I said this is a word I used the other day talking about the pin with Kermit the Frog on it. So I think I can use this word again. Colbert called them Steal Team Dicks, like Richards. Yeah, you tried to take all the power, and it's over. It's well and truly over. All right, so let's see. Gohmert. Thank you, Net. Have a good day, Linda. All right, Ace of Cups. 7 of Swords. Ace of Swords. Lovers. Justice card. Could this be any clearer? If I had sat down and said, what do I want the cards to say? I would have said that I would have chosen this. Oh, and right behind that. Oh, here we go. The World card, right behind it is Trump the man, and behind that is the Tower and the 10 of Swords, which is what's headed for Trump. But anyway, it's over. This was the rise of Democratic power. Biden coming into office. You tried to steal it. This is the card of the thief. This is taking up arms. It is also a sword of truth. These are the cult members. This is the card of justice. Cult members are headed toward justice. Does this mean Gohmert specifically? And are they going to link Trumpy Wumpet to this? Gohmert, are you specifically in legal trouble? And is this going to be one of the metaphorical nails in Donald Trump's metaphorical coffin? Howling at the moon. They're both going to be very upset. Gohmert's right now sitting pretty, but he's sweating. He's sweating. You tried to create this whole political thing out of whole cloth and fantasy, and right in the middle, legally, 10 metaphorical swords in his metaphorical back. Trump, were you a part of this? Were you part of the Gohmert thing? That would be a yes. Entertainment only. But I've got an Ace of Wands, the bludgeon. I've got a Death card, and I've got the Devil card. Was Trump tied up in this? Oh, so very yes. With extra, oh yeah, and a sprinkling of definitely, as much as cards can give us that. Entertainment only. These guys are toast. Seriously, go slather butter on your head and put jam in your hat. Plunk that on top of your head because you are toast. Polywana says, are there any pro-Republican tarot readers? Yes, there are. There are a few. And basically, how I've explained this in the past is they are as sensitive as a brick. Different readers read in different ways. I was very flattered. Jenlyn once said I read like the way she does. I thought that was very, very sweet of her to say, because she's so talented. But it wasn't the talented part. It's the send. It's very emotional. It's very send your energy out. Be open to that energy, and that sort of thing. If someone is sensitive enough to be able to send their energy out to Trump and what's been going on around him forever and ever and ever, and they do not recoil in disgust, they memorized some keywords for the cards and that was it. So yeah, they're if anybody's a pro-Trump reader, and there are a handful of them, it's like, wow, you can just go into that cesspit and be like, yay, let's do this. It's also why I don't have a whole lot of illusions about politicians. The bar's set pretty low because of the average. So sometimes when I read on politicians and it's like, wow, this is just a nice person just doing their job. Wow. That's odd. My whole day just got better. Apple says one has over 100,000 subscribers. She's nuts. How on earth does she have 100,000 subscribers? I feel lucky as heck I got to 12. And it's been stalled there for ages. How many does... I think Linda G has the biggest channel. But I know there's some tarot readers out there who do have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I don't know. They must be doing something different. I'm a news junkie. That's probably why I'm stuck where I'm not growing like that. But oh Phyllis Rowan is saying, at the beginning of the 2016 presidential race, I saw a reader who said that she loved Trump's energy. He likes to shake things up. I immediately turned to another channel. Yeah. Okay. 26. Will Lee Merritt basically become Attorney General in Texas? I want to say Lee Merritt is, I believe, is it Gohmert wants that job? The people's lawyer. Let me look at news. Okay, so interview with Democratic Texas AG candidate Lee Merritt. And Merritt is hoping to get past the March 2022 Democratic primary and face the Republican primary winner. Oh, sorry, in March, and face the Republican primary winner in 2020 in November. A little slow today. All right, so make sure I've got that information. I'll put that here. Democratic Texas AG candidate Lee Merritt win. Okay. Got it. All right, Lee Merritt, the people's lawyer. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. Yeah, Annette is saying more important to have a nice, tight, and supportive fan base and a large group of subscribers. No, that's true. Yeah. Hello, Mama Bear. Hang on, what was this? Linda Kingsley? Oh, okay, fair enough. All right. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what was going on. Just going to jump to 28 here. Take pity on the poor people watching. Lee Merritt. Are you going to become Attorney General Lee Merritt? I'm getting the kombucha, the Korean drink. I don't like it, so I don't drink it. So I think it's kombucha. Anyway, that the meme of the woman drinking it, who's like, I'm getting that. Joanne says, Joanne is saying, I'm not interested when my soulmate is coming to me. I am. I'd like to know when my soulmate's coming to me, but for now, I just do politics. Lee Merritt. Oh, you are. Oh, my goodness gracious. He has some really nasty white supremacy energy, white racist garbage aimed at him. Kombucha. Thank you. Thank you, Nuclear Magenta. I love that name, by the way. They're going to make his life as hard as they possibly can. Everything. Six of Swords. Excuse me. Lee Merritt. Justice. Sun. Eight of Cups. Tower. he has a chance. The reason he has a chance, and I keep getting this, because of all of the legal stuff that's going to be coming out against Republicans in 2022. All of the legal stuff. People going to prison. Legal matters. This is white supremacy, which is the other thing he's going to have to fight against. Ugh, disgusting people. You want to talk about dirty and disgusting? White supremacists are dirty and disgusting. Evidence. Also, a lot of people voting for Democrats in general. It's going to be a major sea change. It's going to be a major change. Major change. It's what we think 2022 is going to look like by the end. I don't think we can. I think we can barely wrap our heads around it. Honestly, so much will have changed. We will go into it just starting to have hope again that there's justice, that there's that people can be held accountable. And I think toward the end, it's going to have upended so much. So he's got a chance, but it's going to be ugly. And those racist blankety blanks are going to be awful. Not that they're ever not. I don't get it. Kim Hawkins is saying you were excellent. Oh, with the astrology last night on Red Lentil Healing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. We're going to do another one in January, I think. Oh, yeah. Far right. Going to attack everything about him. How dare that man who doesn't have lily white skin, how dare he try to be AG? Seven of Cups, Hierophant, Four of Cups. This doesn't actually feel like he loses. This is just the grief they're going to give him. Well, the things are about to change. So, facing from your mouth to the divine's ears. Great. All right. So, yeah, my sister likes kombucha. My oldest sister. I just not my thing. But Holly and Fran says, I think a lot of white supremacy comes from fear and insecurity. Ignorance, fear, narrow-mindedness, callousness, cruelty. Need I go on? All right. So, 3330. Cy Vance is leaving in like 2 weeks. Okay, Cy Vance is, like I said, leaving in about 2 weeks. His term ends quite literally at 11/59/59 on December 31st. He has said he wants to bring some kind of charges. He wants to if not wrap it up, he wants to make, a big move before he leaves office. Well, you got 2 weeks. And also, don't forget, 2 weeks from now is the 17th. Well, actually, like 10 days from now, on the 28th. Remember, Jupiter's moving into Pisces. And when that happened back in May and June, things changed in GriftCo, Trump org, GriftCo. And we got that lovely image of Weisselberg in handcuffs being walked into court. And then Jupiter retrograded, went back, and we've had silence, or near silence, ever since. but Jupiter is moving back into Pisces December 28th in about 10 days. That's on a Tuesday. Cy Vance's term ends that Friday, the 31st. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days. And he's had a grand jury going since the beginning of November. And also, apparently, from when he convened the grand jury back before they got Weisselberg, he convened the grand jury, and it was like 5 or 6 weeks later that they came out with charges against Weisselberg and Grift Co. So, fingers crossed. His successor has indicated he's absolutely going to keep this going as a priority. Yep. Annette is saying a retrograde to pick up some more. Exactly. It's like, okay, we're going to... Oh, wait. Let me make sure I've got everything. Okay. All right. Now we can go forward. So, is Cy Vance going to bring major charges or make a major move? Oh, and that's what I was going to say. Apparently, it came out that Forbes magazine, who was always saying how Trump was a billionaire and all this kind of stuff, which we know wasn't true, but they were called in to speak in front of the grand jury. They fought it in court because they said it would set a dangerous precedent for journalists to have to talk about people they wrote articles on. And apparently the DA said, you're not there to do that. You're there to verify what you put in your article. Is this what you wrote? Is this the best? Is this what happened to the best of your knowledge? So it's not asking for, it's just, you wrote this. You wrote this. You got your name on it. Did you write it? Yes. Is this the best knowledge you had? Yes. So, because he was lying through his teeth to Forbes as well. Absolutely lying through his teeth. Because apparently what the DA is trying to do is prove intent. That it wasn't just, oh, Weisselberg being shady with the books and Trump didn't know anything, which we know, but you got to prove it in court. But by being able to show this long-term lying by Trump himself to make himself look bigger. So, Cy Vance. He's sorry to see it go. He is going to miss it. He also is tired. Very tired. Polly wanted to ask, will Trump age gracefully? I've actually seen a Photoshop photograph, maybe you've seen it as well, where somebody basically gave him, instead of a glow up, like take an average looking person and make them look like a model. It took Trump and they made him look normal. They got rid of all the bronzer. They got rid of that fake floss, candy floss, cotton candy nest. They got rid of, a bunch of this fake stuff. And honestly, he looks better. He looks better without just all the fake. I mean, on the one hand, I'm the one wearing nails, with these colored nails, with this lipstick. I dye my hair, but he looked a lot better. Just get rid of that. Charity. He made himself look important. And apparently when the Forbes people were saying what, like his stake in Trump Tower, and Trump was like, oh no, that isn't the amount. You take that, 5 or 6 times that. And it's all in the branding and what is his branding worth and all of this. And the numbers would just get higher and higher and higher. And when he was asked, when a journalist asked him about how do you get the valuation for the branding, he says, well, it's something my lawyers and I work out. In other words, it's garbage. Holly and Fran says his lips were moving, ergo, he was lying. Three of Cups, King of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Ace of Swords, Queen of Wands. This was back with Weisselberg. This is the sword of truth against the people around Trump. The truth about the victory, the truth about the money. Try again. Cy Vance. That was just kind of vague. I'm going to see what else I can find out. Diana Cache says, Rosie the Riveter looks suited you. Thank you. Cy Vance. Boy, energetically, he has been through the muck. He doesn't know how to clean his aura, but somebody should show him, because, ugh. Frida Smet says, I don't like your victory cards lately. No, it doesn't mean the victories in the future. It could be the victories they've had in the past, perhaps. I don't know. Magician. That would be the magician actually going, ta-da, here's the... well, it can be Cy Vance himself. The magician can be a man taking charge, standing up. It could also be a magician is also... Some magicians they're just fraudsters, con artists. It kind of works both ways. Star. Justice. Hermit. King of Wands. Five of Cups. He's leaving a lot for his successor to take on. Excuse me. Excuse me. But in a sense, this is his legacy. This is the biggest. This is the most high profile thing he'll probably ever do. Probably has done. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than going after a president or ex-president of the United States. And is he really just going to leave? He wants to make sure they get it right, because Trump's now just a man. This is not the emperor. He's not the president anymore. And then this is disappointment. Some things work. So it's some things work for some the other blah, 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 back and forth. Hello, Warrior Witch. We are reading on if Cy Vance is going to bring charges against Trump World and Grift Co. Before he leaves office in 2 weeks from today. Leaves office 2 weeks from today. He would like to leave with a splash, but he wants to make sure they get it right. He doesn't want to hamstring the investigation. But Jupiter becomes much more favorable toward the rest of us and less favorable to him on the 28th. And so after that, one last thing. Cy Vance, 3 cards. Thank you, Faye. Temperance. Yeah. 9 of Wands, Ace of Wands. He might be able to bring some of the cards for fraud, theft. So he may be able to make some of the charges for that. It's not the real bulk of it, the real bombshell of the whole thing is he's not going to have that in time because he wants to make sure it's right, and he doesn't want to sabotage something he's about to hand off to somebody else. It's just too important. So, hello, Jolie. So that's what I'm getting. Hey, prove me wrong, please. I'm not 100% correct. That's not how this works. We're going to connect to the collective energy and see what I can pick up. It's usually the consensus among readers is what is most likely to happen. So, all right. We are at 4630. 4630. Save. Is there a plan by the far right to siphon off Gulf states from Florida to Texas? There are some people who want to. It's kind of, well, how do you define plan? Has somebody thought about it? Yes. Talked about it? Yes. Drawn some things on scraps of paper and the back of cocktail napkins? Yes. Very much so. Have people drawn up some potential draft legislation or state legislation, or have they done that? The number dwindles down. But so I guess the real question is, will they have any success? Will it come close? Will it happen, or will it come close? Their problem is that the southern states actually aren't quite as ruby red as they used to be. Trump. He showed us the way. He showed us how to embrace all seven of our deadly sins. Just embrace them. Just run with it. Greed, pride. All right, well, that's far right communication. Chariot. 6 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. The energy dwindles like they maybe talk about it, but that's not only as high as the energy goes, compared to what it then turns into, it's practically here. We're not even that upset by the thought. It's like, it's not going to happen. And the energy just goes. So, thank you, Pam. So I'm not picking up much positive about that. Okay. So 49. Rhonda had a question about the January 6th committee. Will the January 6th committee link the January 6th insurrection to the lawmakers' trip to Russia? I think that was part of the radicalization, but wasn't the trip to Russia in like 2016, 2017, something? When was that? I think it's too far in the past, but it certainly has helped with the radicalization of these low lives. traitors to democracy. Hello, Brenda. And hello, Linda McMurtry. I saw you come in. Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth. The January 6th committee is going to look at a lot. They're not going to. It's not going to be the answer to all of our ills, but oh my gosh, that January 6th committee is powerful because they're all pulling in the same direction. So they're using all of that power in Congress to move forward, and that's a lot of power once it gets moving. Ace of Cups, Nine of Wands, Temperance, Devil, Strength. There isn't a Barbara Cole says, I think it was in 2018. Fair enough. And true, Pegasus, Russia plays a long game. Yeah. There's no direct connection. This is just scared fascists, scared of the rise of democratic power. And you should be. I've got Temperance in the middle. There is incredible corruption there, but it gets squashed. There's Temperance here. I'm not seeing any kind of direct link between the two, but it would have been one step in getting some more useful idiots, or more, or worse. Yeah, and it was on July 4th. I do remember that. Oh boy. 52. Steve has a question. 52. How long will Sean Hannity be on his unplanned vacation? I didn't know he was on an unplanned vacation. Oh, Hannity. Do you have some splaining to do? All right. Sean Hannity, where are you? Oh, vacationing with your lawyers. Nothing says a legitimate vacation like warm weather, casual clothes, and a phalanx of lawyers. Steve says you left out the most important part of the question. That was the laughing hysterically emoji. Forgive me. Mimi saying Hannity is out attorney shopping. Oh, what you've put out there has come back. Two of Swords. Swords can be communication. Can be legal decisions. Can also be communication. Can also be you being a two-faced I won't go into that. You being two-faced. I'll just leave it at that. Hannity. Five of Wands. Oh, yeah. Stir up the populace. Strength. Four of Pentacles. Emperor. All I can hear in my head is, but, Hannity going, but, yes, you are. That's exactly what you are. Trying to stir stuff up. This looks like maybe somebody might lose some not supporters, the advertisers. This is that It's very Cheney, but this is the January 6th committee shutting down this beast. And you lost because you were a part of trying to enable a would-be emperor in the United States of America. You traitor and liar, but mainly traitor. So, facing, my dad would say, a two-faced so-and-so. Yeah, they all are. Thank you, Sterling Roses. Marie Henson says, I don't call Abbott anymore. My mouth filter is broken. I made it this far. I've been doing this for 3.5 years. 9, 20, yeah. No, 3 years. Yeah, late June 2018. I've been doing this for 3.5 years, and I've managed to keep things clean this far. But no promises. I never make promises that I won't reach a point or something won't happen. And I'm just going to snap and just be like, "Wah." Hopefully it won't come to that. Okay. And by the way, I told you I have Trumpist family members. Lucky me. Was talking with one of them who volunteered that they're actually not happy with Fox News. They're just not really happy. What they are happy about is they're really excited about this new competitor, Newsmax, who really says what I want to hear. So that's my anecdotal bit of information there. So Betty Harper says Dominion won lawsuit. Dominion is suing Fox for $1.8 billion. What? Yeah, Chad, we'll just let it go. It's not worth. Joanne says, it's okay. We think all the 4-letter words for you. So Charles Carey saying, hey, is your family coming around to the blue with all that's going on? Just curious. Not a chance. Not a chance. But we really don't talk about politics. So I do not understand how these otherwise really nice, good people, they suddenly become I don't know. I don't think of I've got to codify this at some point, because I don't think it's accurate to say some people are boomers or Gen X and millennials and zennials and all of this. It makes a whole lot more sense to say Pluto and Leo generation. Pluto in Libra generation. So it's a Pluto and Libra generation is really, so trying to change that. Oh, Lucky Girl said, Lucky Girl's here. Hello, Lucky Girl. No, Dominion had the judge say that they could continue with their lawsuit against Fox News. That's all. Okay. Thank you. Best information. Lucky Girl is on it. The queen. She's the queen of the chats, of the moderators, of the amazing. Greta says you should write a book on astrology in that perspective. Yeah, maybe I should. Rassen Reed says Pluto and Scorpio generation. Yeah. says Katie Arbuckle, Pluto in Scorpio generation. Yeah. Yeah, part of the bad news I got earlier today is it's looking like In Time, my mystery novel, part one. If you buy the book, you're going to get the whole book. You're going to get the whole book. There's no extra cost for different parts or no. Part one came out. I hit the button on December 3rd. Amazon got around to publishing it on the 8th. And I was saying that the rest of it would come out Christmas Eve. It looks like it's not going to be the whole thing. It's going to be another part. It's going to come out Christmas Eve. And then the rest is going to come out in January. I am so disappointed and so disappointed in myself. I am embarrassed. I apologize. So, anyway, but the next part will be coming out Christmas Eve, and it will end on the midpoint. It's usually something important or big that happens at the midpoints of novels. Well, this part's going to end on that. Is it going to be on Audible eventually? Yeah, eventually. I'm going to create some videos. I'm going to like reading parts of it, audiobooks, print books. Yeah, I'm going to get the whole thing done. So thank you, lucky girl. Holly and Francis, I just finished the first part and eagerly await the next. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. You've been so kind. Been so kind and so supportive, and I cannot thank you enough. So, but do not worry that I'm changing. I mean, things are just they've just been delayed. You are going to get the whole thing. You just have to when the next on Christmas Eve, you just refresh the file, and you'll get chapters. You instead of chapters 1 to 6, you'll have 1 to 12. So, and then next month you'll get more, and there's no extra cost. So, okay. Holly Coleman is saying Pluto and Scorpio member here, born in 1991, part of the subgroup that has our Uranus and Neptune conjunct in Capricorn. Ah. Yep. Holly and France, please remind us my memory is bad these days. Oh, I will. Pegasus, is this Amazon's fault, Autumn? No. That 5-day delay at the beginning was. But no. This isn't that. But you are going to get it. Catherine Chiddick is saying, no need to apologize. Things happen, and the delay only heightens anticipation. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, so let's get back to the readings. 104. Lucky Girl is asking, is it going to be on Audible? Eventually, yes, but not now. But soon, in 2022, I plan on having some videos where I'm reading parts of it. I've got an audiobook stuff. Yeah, that's coming. Okay. All right, 104 in a bit. We're going to answer Leslie's question. 04:30. Very good question from Leslie Siemens. And that question is, will any GOP members, GQP members, resign now that they have been outed? Any resignations? I spent Christmas with my family and I'm just missing too much. I'm afraid I'm just going to stay home. Yeah. So, any resignations? Any takers? Bueller? Insurrectionist? Anyone? Traitor? Any traitors want to resign? Chet Wadsworth saying, we await the next resignations with Christmas anticipation. Warrior Witch saying, Hunter Biden. Oh, sung to Oh My Darling. Hunter Biden, the Benghazi of our time. We will all hear Hunter Biden until we all lose our minds. That was very good. Tower. I don't I'm not one of those people where I toot my own horn like, oh, well, I called that or I called this. Yeah, and I've been wrong on things too. I don't think you can not toot your own horn, but you can't just like put yourself up there as being important and not also point out when you messed up. So I just do my best and keep moving. I just find it interesting, though. Wasn't it in December? You guys some of you have a much better memory than I do. Wasn't it back in December where I was saying I had this feeling like a depth charge had just sunk in the water, and just before that I had this mental image of a giant crack forming right down the middle of the a congressional, like the Senate floor or House floor, or in the way like dreams can be both at the same time. And the Democrats were kind of backed away, like what the heck, and some of the Republicans fell in and the other ones were just trying to keep their feet. Do you guys remember when that was? Because Page of Cups. Any resignations? Anybody leaving? I will give you airfare. Strength. Any member of Congress who wants to resign, let me know. I will pay for your airfare to go home. If you were involved in the insurrection, any way, shape, or form, please, I will help you go home. Magician. No, they're going to try to fight it. They're still in the Trump playbook mindset of you just stand there. Of course I did this. Of course I own it. You'll never get in trouble. You have no shame, and therefore nothing bad happens to you. Fail. Quiet as a tomb. Judicially, this is you getting kicked out. This is you having to resign. This is you being removed. This is no legislative future for you. And this is more and more. I'm getting the strength card for the January 6th committee. It was the 9 of Cups, the guy sitting there, but everything was arranged behind him. Like the members when they're asking questions. But more and more, the strength card itself is becoming my card for the January 6th select committee. And this is still that Page of Cups where the far right, these people, they totally underestimate Democrats. Totally underestimate a bunch of snowflake, weak. Well, of course, unless they're talking to their constituents, in which case we are, the second coming of Stalin. There's some people who are going to prison. January 6th committee. These guys trying to stand up. There's no future for you there. And Tower card. This is worse for them. See, I still, in the back of my mind, I'm like, what's the worst that's going to happen to them? Gee, they'll get censored. Big deal. But censured, sorry. But these cards and this energy is a lot worse than that. Betty Harper says to pull out now would be an admission of guilt, and the rest of the dogs would turn on them and eat them. Linda Kingsley has a good idea. We need to find their bank accounts overseas too and get pay down the debt. Yeah. Marie Henson says, I'll help chip in on a one-way ticket to Russia. Polly Wanda says, are traders now in fashion? Oh yeah. Traders are very, very, they're all the raging. Yeah, especially in red. That's really the color of traders this season. 10 of Cups. We are going to know what happened. We are going to know what happened. I mean, like this for everybody to see. Jane the Seeker says, my mom was crying at me that we are communists now. I never thought I'd see the day. Well, Mother, you have not seen the day. It's true. Messenger, fruits of labor. 9 of, oh, this is so small. These cards, they feel like they're that big. This is up here. This feels normal energy. These people and their ability to function, their arguments, their futures in politics or is influenced, it's just tiny energy over here. That's what it feels like. So, all right, 1/12/30. Now that confirmation has come out that Kanye West's campaign was run by GOP elites, will they be on the hook for the lawsuits from unpaid vendors and potential violation of election laws? I've read on Kanye West recently, and what I was getting was not competent to stand trial. Bryce on the Reed says, I wish I could read energy like you. You can. All I have is practice. That's it. My soul is the same as yours. I'm not special. Or if I'm special, I am exactly as special as you are. Because we are, each of us, special. Important. It's like if you, I don't know, if you found a treasure trove of Fabergé eggs, beautiful crafted Fabergé eggs, would you say, oh, well, that one's better than that one? No, they're Fabergé eggs. I mean, they each have their charms. They're people who will just love them to pieces. You don't just, Chat's asking, there are unpaid vendors, apparently. So anyway, I remember watching a psychic on TV 20 years ago and thinking, gosh, I wish I could do that. And I don't know that I can I'm not really much of a medium. That's not my strength, but it's one of the reasons I wanted to do this every day. Practice. So, Don Gubb says, Autumn Soul is incredible at color coordination. And that's what the world needs, really. Okay, Diana Cachet is saying 14th Amendment Section 3, disqualification from holding office if engaged in insurrection or rebellion. please. Okay. Oh, all right, let's change this to 115. 115.15. So, Kanye West, who what I get is not fit to stand trial. That's what I get. Now that confirmation has come out that Kanye West's campaign was run by GOP elites, will they be on the hook for the lawsuits from unpaid vendors and potential violation of election laws? There's a link in the description. So, there's so much legal stuff. Laws schmaz. Okay. Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth. Somebody's going to get to the truth of this. 10 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Moon, Ace of Cups, 4 of Wands. Jeez. They use this poor man. They use this poor man. He's not in any condition to. And it's so sad that he himself is pushed away help, has pushed away the people who care about him. Apparently he got off his medication for a while. It's bad. It's sad, really, is what it is. So in order to try to weaken, to pull votes away from Joe Biden, GOP threw a lot of money at this craziness. Democrats won. Trump doesn't pay his bills. You kidding? Matter of fact, the GOP just paid more than, it's like $1.5 million of Trump's legal fees for the lawsuits out there about his business. Not when he was president. Not something he did while in office. He's not a candidate. He's not a nominee. And he says he just raised $100 million and just got $1 billion worth of support, probably from the Saudis, for his new social media venture. So the GOP is paying your legal bills? You can't cover your own bills, huh? Kanye's stuffed. He's just. I wouldn't say he's toast. I would just say he's stuck. He's whatever legal mess is here, they will do everything they can to dump it on him. And the only good thing here, which isn't even a good thing, is he might not actually. They might actually not be able to take him to trial. Yeah, they used him, Wrestling Reads. I agree. Mary Huddleston is saying that Kanye West got pandemic relief money. Yes. But look what they do to Giuliani. Giuliani should not be anywhere. Giuliani should be home. Giuliani should not be paraded out at all. And not for any of the string of things he was doing. He should be at home. Trump is using him. Trump used Kanye West. He's a bully. He doesn't care. win at any cost. That's election day. They're trying to come up with anything they can come up with. They threw everything at this they could think of. Absolutely everything, every dirty trick, every semi-dirty trick, and leaving other people to clean up the mess. Chet Wadsworth says, does Kanye understand he was used? Oh boy. All right, let's see. Yes. But mainly he's thinking about his ex-wife and his kids. It's just phenomenal tension. You know, like they say if there's an elephant in the room, it feels like there's this, something so big you can't even see the edges of it. And it's just this metal, heavy, like insanely heavy, but it's metal, black. It's got some bits sticking out in ridges, like an giant industrial tank, or I don't know what, but it's like it's like right there, and it's not budging. Okay, now what? Is it going to crack through the floor? What do you do with this? You just, that's what the energy's like. It's like, what do I do? That's what dealing with his energy's like. And maybe you can talk to him a little bit, but that thing is still right there, just taking up your whole field of vision. It's like, okay. Yeah, all right. That's the best way I could describe it. Yeah. Yeeps. Plus. He has very powerful guides who are sending him as much positive energy as they can, trying to help him. Let's all send some positive energy his way. Because he has influence. He has influence over a lot of people. And the more he can just be calm and creative, that will have quite a ripple effect. And also everybody else who's suffering with malfunctions. Nice. Okay. And I don't mean that in any kind of negative way. I'm very open about it. I take antidepressants, and I go to therapy. I was diagnosed with PTSD. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to 124.30. This morning, the House Committee on the COVID response confirmed that Trump undermined the response to the pandemic for political gain. Is the sky blue? Is water wet? What other controversial question do you need answered? One answered. Is there an up? they're down. Is Boo Boo going to want a treat today? Okay. All right, so they confirmed that Trump undermined the response to the pandemic for political gain. Will there be any consequences, monetarily or otherwise, toward him for the hundreds of thousands of deaths his actions caused? Yes, please. Don Gobb, color me surprised. Whew. There's certain protections he had because he was in office at the time. And we already know Merrick Garland will do even not nice stuff to protect the presidency. He sees it as protecting the president, the current president and future presidents. Yeah. So much suffering, so much trauma. Temperance. There was the message out there of, mask up, wash your hands, sing happy birthday while you're washing your hands, all of that. And then he's out there, well, the light, will get rid of the virus. So can you just use light and disinfectants like bleach? You can just use bleach to kill the virus when you're sick. No. And I will never forgive Dr. Birx for sitting there. And when he was saying that, you can see she was staring at the ground, and she was sitting there. You could see her, and her feet were like this. And she does this maneuver where she like moves them together by like that. And that's all she did. That she did not stand up and say, no, that's very unsafe. That's absolutely not safe. Would it have cost her job? Maybe. Your job is more important than there are 800,000 dead now in America alone. But your job. Exactly, Chet Wadsworth. I'll never forget Dr. Birx's face when he said that. Yeah. But she didn't say anything. She didn't stand up. She didn't say that was wrong. She just sat there in her scarf. Profile in cowardice and selfishness. Oh, and Jared in charge of the response. Oh my God. Oh. Will he be held accountable? It was all for political gain. Yeah, political gain. That was the plan. Insult to injury. Oh, that's the situation. It doesn't say whether he is going to be held accountable for. I've had more of a sense of civil suits from families. Oh yeah, exactly. Electra Storm and Jolie. Fauci tried, but they silenced him. Yeah. Well, and he'll go down in history as standing up for what's right and trying to save lives. Cat Shepherds. Ah, yes. Kushner. It was Kushner who was it was reported. He said their blue states let them die. Trump is going to spend the rest of his life court case, court case, court case, court case, court case, court case. Hanged Man. Ace of Cups. Chariot. 3 of Temperance. There are certain people who need to try to make Trump set an example so that something like Trump's response doesn't happen again. I'm very mistakenly thought that if there was an actual pandemic and it was possible that vast numbers of people were going to die, and I'm just talking about America, the United States, that it's kind of like in Star Trek, where the only person who can overrule Picard is Dr. Crusher. If she's the only one who can order him to do something, if it's for the good of the crew or the good of his own health. So I mistakenly thought if there was this massive pandemic and the CDC was like, okay, we need to do this, this, and this, that I thought the rest of the government would be like, all right, let's do the thing. Apparently not. But it needs to be made an example of, so it doesn't happen again. So there are various entities who will try to make hay out of it as much as they can, so that this kind of thing doesn't happen again, which is why they're looking into it now. Holding him directly responsible, that might be more problematic, but they definitely need to put something in place to stop this from happening. Electra Storm says before Trump, that was the case, though. Yeah, I hear you. All right. 133. Hippie Sue had a question. 133. Why does Mitch McConnell all of a sudden think people should know what really happened on January 6th? I missed that. What, Hippie Sue? Could you let me know what happened with Mitch? I don't actually know. Then again, his it's getting to the point where I could be wrong, but it feels like his hatred of Trump is just, it's like you could, bring marshmallows and you just okay, do this and okay, and put your marshmallow there and just hold it near him. Oh, nice and toasted. Toast your marshmallows for your cocoa off of the hatred and fury coming off of Mitch McConnell. So anyway, if anybody knows what, McConnell hates Trump. So Hippie Sue says he was in the news saying it's best to find out what happened, I think. Gene A, can you feel the hate? Yeah. Oh, I am so not on Team McConnell. No. This is watching two heinous people turn on each other. And I'm just over here like, well, as long as they don't destroy all of us in the process, hey, go after each other. At your choice. So McConnell, Johan says he got visited by the ghost of Christmas future. Hippie Sue says he wanted to know what else they know. There's that possibility too. But yeah, am I the only one? Can you? I know some of you read. Do you get that? You could toast marshmallows off of the hatred coming off of McConnell toward Trump. Ay, ay, ay. Mitch McConnell. So, well, Mitchie is, he's a tactician. So, yeah, he wants to know what else they know because he wants to insulate the people who weren't involved. And because this could blow up in a way that sinks his chances of regaining Senate Majority Leader. So he does want to know. But at the end of the day, Mitch is about Mitch. And he's all about the he doesn't want to be president, I can tell you that. I read on him. I'll have to find that. But I read on it says in his chart how he wants power. He wants that position. Hippie Sue says was he involved? Define involved. How involved, I think, is more the question. That's election day. Mitch is worried about 2022. November 8th, 2022. Marie says he didn't impeach him, though. Oh, no, because that would have hurt his own caucus. That would have hurt his own political future. Because Trump's base would have turned on him and the more moderate Republicans. And he couldn't have that. Doesn't matter if it was the right thing to do. Doesn't matter if we were still at risk of losing our democracy forever. Mitch might lose power for good. It definitely would be good if Mitch lost power for forever, but that would be good. But Mitch would lose power. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, yeah. The Wheel of Fortune's turned, hasn't it? 6 of Swords. People leaving, people not coming back, possibly some people going to prison. Magicians in the middle. He's trying to deflect the way magicians do. They deflect. Get your attention over here so you don't see that. Worry. Huge amounts of worry. And there's the committee again. Causing immense worry. And even though this is major arcana, it doesn't feel anywhere near as strong as this. This feels like it's like that compared to the other cards. So, were you involved, Mitchie? Involved in any significant way other than just enabling the destruction of democracy? Deb Z says anyone who saw that PowerPoint and didn't speak up is involved too. Mm-hmm. Jolene Larson is saying off topic, but does anyone else think Trump's signature looks demonic? I can't unsee it without giving me the creeps. I've said from the beginning, I believe it looks like the EKG of a heart attack, which is kind of what he gives the rest of us with the country. And he's about that pleasant and healthy for people around him and the country and himself. So every time I see his signature, no, I don't see demonic. I see and besides demonic, yeah, I've talked about that on this channel a number of times. I don't believe in demons. It's astral gunk, or people of low vibration on the other side who are trying to make themselves look big and get more power because they can only eat. They're parasites and they can only eat that low level energy, so they try to be all scare you. Oh, yum. Go away. Your astral gunk. So, was the evil turtle involved? Thank you, Brent C. Oh, what an evil turtle. Sorry. Greta says he has to write it in Sharpie, so he's more important than anyone else. Yes. Yeah. Mitchie, you involved? Stresson reads that supreme good has no supreme evil. Interesting. It's a long conversation. And the kind of thing we will probably be talking about tomorrow evening, the monthly Patreon gathering for 2 hours from 8 to 10 tomorrow evening. This is the kind of stuff we talk about. So, Page of Cups. Get together once a month. Yeah, he thinks the Democrats are weak as well, snowflakes. Until he's in front of a microphone, and then we are Stalin reincarnated. Blah, 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 blah. So, Mitchie, he was sticking his fingers in his ear. La, 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 la. I didn't hear anything. I don't know anything. He heard a lot. He knew, he had a good idea, like what people were talking about. I'm not here. I don't see anything. I don't know anything. There's no way you could not. There's no way you didn't know. That you didn't know at all. That you didn't know at all. He has far too many contacts. He knows far too many people. He has far too many people giving him information. La, la, la. If you guys want to, get yourselves arrested, that's on you. He knows the truth is going to damage the Republican Party. The far right communication. The truth is coming. So was he involved? I'm getting, he knew a lot. He knew a lot, but it was, I don't know, la, 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 la. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, oh well. These people, you idiots are going to jail. I'll just keep the Republicans, I'll make sure Trump doesn't get impeached, and he is an accomplice. Oh, absolutely. Tower. 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Oh, yeah. Anybody who's expecting Mitch McConnell to turn around like he did, even for like a millisecond, and be like, what Trump did was wrong, this whole thing was wrong. Excuse me. No. It's going to be nothing to do with me, nothing to do with us. Gosh, that's a shame that happened. You should take him to court over there. Over there. Just take him to far, far away. Far, far away. Scumbag. Mitch McConnell's a scumbag. That's not entertainment. That's my opinion. Often I say entertainment only. No, it is my opinion. Mitch McConnell is a scumbag. Bag of scum. Okay. Thank you, Faye. Linda says, I see him talking to Liz Cheney. Really? Okay, this awful energy. Just all over. Oh, yuck. Oh, yeah, you're one of us. You're one old friend, old buddy, old pal. Now you're acting like a Democrat. You're just giving power to the Democrats. This is going to hurt the Republicans. She's just like, no, you're afraid it's going to hurt you. She sees herself as the head of the Republican Party. If not now, then in future. You guys took her committee. You took her seats away, and you're trying to marginalize her, and bad call. Oh yeah, and she's not blabbing. She's not blabbing to McConnell. No. He wants to know. He wants some inside. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ace of Cups, Page of Wands. She's going forward. These are the text messages. Democratic power. Yeah, she sees herself as the head of the Republican Party. And all of that Trump stuff, that needs to go away. I'm glad she's on our side. She will not stay there. The day will come when we will despise her. All this goodwill she has built up, she will burn through it. Linda Kingsley says she wants to run for president. Well, there's a question. Oh gosh, it's 2:05. I have to go. But 1:47, and then the couple of questions left I'll look at tomorrow. 1:47. Liz for president. At 1:47:30. All right, Liz Cheney, are you going to run for the presidency? Liz Cheney. Empress. That's America. That's the rise of feminine power. Okay. I was like, oh, she's strong. And then the energy it's like popped like a bubble. Or the floor just fell out. Oh. 3 of Cups, Page of Swords, High Priestess, Ace of Cups, 4 of Cups. She will be a force for a while, but these are not the cards of a future president. So anyway, Jean A says she may have to wait for the smoke to clear for years. Yes. Electra Storm says she's still Republican through and through. Oh, she's still Republican though, and her policies stink. True. And she didn't play nice. It does lead to more power for Democrats. But we're going into, the pendulum is swinging in that way. And we will reach peak liberal, when all of these outer planets move, like when Pluto moves into Aquarius, and you've got all of this Aquarian energy and Pisces and stuff. And then it will reach a point where it will be obnoxious and unworkable, and we will start swinging back toward the individual, the strength of the, the Ayn Rand, Ronald Reagan, greed is good, everyone for himself. And then that'll go too far. And then we will swing back again, because that's what happens. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. All right, it is 2:08 here in Chicago. And at 4 o'clock, I'll be over at Book Art Media, links in the description, doing creative sprints. And this evening, I should be over on Johnny's channel at Tarot's Apprentice at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe. And we are going to, it's not going to be readings, we're going to talk about ego, fame, and YouTube. So that will be this evening. And then tomorrow, I will be right back here at noon. And then 8 p.m. tomorrow, I will, for patrons, our monthly get-together will be then. So, can't get rid of me. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. You are not alone. You're never alone. And there are good days ahead. All right. So hang in there. I'll see you later.